Hi everyone, today we will discuss about the antidotes. So, what antidotes? Antidotes are the agents which will act against to the poison. So, let us know first what actually you mean by poison. Poison is the substance or any chemical that causes the drastic or toxic effects in our body. Okay. So, here anything can be a poison. Okay. So, here if the chemical or a compound given within the limits is called as a drug. If it is exceeds the limit, normally it is called as a poison. Say for example, if you take this night the sleeping pills, okay, sleeping pills, when it is taken normally, it produces the sedation and the hypnosis is going to be take place. Okay. If you take excess of the sleeping pills, obviously is going to be suppress your CNS respiratory center. So, thereby the individual is going to be die. So, here the difference between the drug and poison, the quantity that make the difference. Okay. So, here the within the limit it is called as a drug, if it exceeds it is called as poison. Okay. So, any drug, every drug is a poison if it is exceed its limit. Okay. Say for example, paracetamol, acetaminophen. So, normally 650 milligrams dolo. So, this is normally 60 milligrams is within the limit. So, if it exceeds 2 grams, obviously it leads to the hepatotoxicity. Okay. So, the hepatotoxicity and various toxic symptoms can be seen. So, that is termed as a poison. Okay. So, these antidotes, the agents which will act against this poison is going to work in several aspects. So, here, so these are the various mechanisms of action by which these antidotes are going to work. So, it is the interaction with the poison to form a less toxic compounds. So, normally the poison, so here these antidotes react with these toxic chemicals and it causes the less toxic reagents. And it will accelerate by accelerating the detoxification or by the decreasing the toxic metabolites and the competing with the specific receptors. Say for example, in case of this GABA receptors. Okay. So, benzodiazepine when it is competing. So, here normally if morphine, so naloxone is the agent which will inhibit this, the competitive inhibition is going to take place. Whereas, some of the it may show activity by blocking a specific receptors. So, these are the main mechanism actions of these antidotes. So, here poisons or the drugs which exceed the limits, say for example, acetaminophen can be treated by acetylcysteine. Acetylcysteine and opioids can be treated by administering naloxone, warfarin by vitamin K, heparin, protamine sulfate, benzodiazepines, flumazenil and anticholinergic phytostigmine. So, here these are the few examples of the antidotes. So, basically the drugs which will counteract about this the toxic effects of this poison said to be antidotes. Okay. So, if you see this, the mode of action, depending on the mode of action, it can be categorized as physiological, chemical, mechanical. Okay. Physiological in the sense where it shows the opposite reaction. So, if the poison is cholinergic, normally we will give adrenergic, so that the balance can be maintained. Okay. So, mechanical in the sense here mechanically we will treat this poison. Say for example, the individual already consumed this poison and we are not sure like what type of poison it is. So, then what we do is we will give gastric lavage or we will give the charcoal treatment. So, that the toxin can be absorbed on this fine charcoal particles and it can be eliminated from this. Okay. So, that is basically the mechanical. Next, chemical poison, chemical treatment. Here will convert the toxic chemicals to the less toxic chemicals. Say for example, here hemoglobin. Okay. So, here in case of the cyanide poisoning, cyanide has the affinity towards the cytochrome oxidase enzyme. So, when the cyanide inhibit this cytooxygenase enzyme, so obviously it will inhibit the electron transport chain in mitochondria. So, resulting of that, so as mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell, so cell does not get any energy from this powerhouse mitochondria. Okay. So, resulting of that, the individual is going to be die because of this, because of the breaking of this electron chain. So, here we can treat this by using simple chemicals like sodium thiosulfate and sodium nitrate. Sodium thiosulfate and sodium nitrate are the easily available low cost chemicals. So, normally it will convert the hemoglobin to the methemohemoglobin. So, here sodium nitrate normally it is going to be convert the hemoglobin into methemohemoglobin. If you say this, the affinity of the cyanides towards the cytochrome and methemohemoglobin. Now, here cyanide has the two options, one is cytochrome P for cytochrome CYP, cytochrome oxidase and the methemohemoglobin. So, here the cyanase has more interaction with methemohemoglobin. So, it will bind with methemohemoglobin, leaving the cytochrome oxidase free. So, resulting the cytochrome oxidase can involve in the electron chain. So, here cyanide methemohemoglobin is going to be formed. Okay. So, this cyanide methemohemoglobin, if you treat again sodium thiosulfate, so obviously is going to be further reduced to hemoglobin. So, that is how we can treat the cyanide poisoning. Cyanide poisoning can be treated by using sodium nitrate and sodium thiocyanate. Okay. Here this is the formula of sodium thiocyanate Na2S2O3 5:2O. Molecular weight is 248.17 grams per mole. So, preparation, so it can be used prepared by the sodium by using sodium carbonate treating with sulfur dioxide and water. So, we can prepare the sodium bisulfide again treated with sodium carbonate. We can prepare this sodium sulfide, though this sodium sulfide, if you treat it with sulfur dry sulfur, so we can prepare this sodium thiosulfate. Or a gunshot we can prepare by using sodium bisulfate and sodium bisulfate to Na2S2O3. So, these are the colorless crystals, odorless, soluble in water and alcohol. So, here the assay of this is one of the important parameters. So, we will do by the iodometry. So, here the difference between the iodometry and iodimetry is iodometry where the spelling is iodometry, where in reaction iodine is going to be generated and we are going to estimate this generated iodine. Coming to this iodimetry, so what we do is we will add the iodine. So, here we will dissolve the sodium thiosulfate in 30 ml of water and titrate with 0.1 normal iodine solution. So, wantedly we add this iodine. So, that is why it is called as iodimetry. Okay. So, here the sodium thiosulfate is going to be reacted with and it will form sodium iodide. So, sodium starch is used as a indicator. So, here yellow color is going to be colored into discoloration. So, here we can quantify the sodium thiosulfate by each 0.1 normal of iodine is equal to 0.02482 milligrams of sodium thiosulfates. By using this equation, so we can find out like what is the quantity of this iodine is consumed. So, thereby we can estimate the quantity of the sodium thiosulfate present in the sample. Okay. So, hope this video is useful. Thank you.